be starting a new series about a lesser-known period in history that influenced the world more than any other. Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is The Warfarer. So, the period that I was speaking of was the 16th and 17th centuries. So, that may come as a surprise to many of you, but as an American and having experience in the American school system, since I am currently involved in the American public school system as a student, I have noticed that they have taught us very little about the 16th and 17th centuries, or the 15 and 1600s. Everybody knows the stories and the concepts of the Middle Ages, feudalism and the ancient kingdoms that spanned the European and Asian continents. But once you start evolving into the modern era, once the Renaissance starts, they kind of just group it into this kind of Renaissance thing where it's more of a... They talk about the art, they talk about the advances, some of the advances in technology, but then usually in America we kind of skip over most of the actual history during that period. We touch on Columbus discovering America in 1492. We touch on some of the first colonies in America throughout the 15 and 1600s, but we don't really focus on that period at all, and then we skip forward almost entirely all the way to the American Revolution. And through my studies of history, military history, and just regular history, it has honestly kind of amazed me that we really have not covered the 16th and 17th centuries as much as we have, as much as we should, because they're very influential, and they've influenced literally the entire world, because this is when Europeans began forming their own culture based off of the ancient classics and then kind of more modern principles. And also this is when we had explorers and different conquerors that then went around the world and discovered new places and interacted with new peoples, including in the Indian Ocean, in Asia, in the Americas. So these 2 centuries really shaped the world almost more than any other centuries have, at least in terms of culture and exploration, and we almost don't cover them at all in America. And so I apologize if you're in Europe or in any other Asia or any other place other than the United States, honestly, because maybe you have covered this more than we have, but I'm going to start this series for the benefit of Americans like myself who really know nothing about these 2 centuries. So yeah, there was just a lot of cool stuff there. I'm gonna start with probably making a video on, I guess, the discovery of America, the conquistadors, and the Spanish Golden Age, then move on to other internal struggles in Europe, including religious struggles. So I'm going to do a video on those, and then I'm also going to do a video on what is happening in the Middle East and then possibly Asia. So this might be, more of a 5-part video series. Tell me if you want to see it. I mean, if I get a lot of disapproval, maybe I won't continue it, but I would like to do it, and I like to do any periods in history, specifically military history, that any of you would like to cover, so please give me suggestions. I'm just kind of trying to come up with ideas right now, so anything you guys can give me would be great. So if you could subscribe, I would be greatly appreciative of that. So yeah, and thanks to my editor who edited the last video. It was a bit weird compared to what I would normally put in it, but I think he made it a bit more fun than my usual droning lectures. So I'm going to continue for as long as I can to have him edit my videos. He's doing it for free, so a big thanks to him. And yeah, make sure to drop any suggestions that you have in the comments, and I will see you all next time with the next video of this series. This has been The Warfarer.
Bye, have a great time.